Welcome to Heart Attack Awareness. Before we dive into today's life-saving lesson, I have a quick but powerful request. If you care about your heart or the health of someone you love, take a second to subscribe now. Every week, we bring you the most important, practical, and often overlooked heart health strategies, the kind that can truly make the difference between life and death. Hit the bell so you don't miss a single one. Today's episode is all about the emergency test you can do at home for your heart. You don't need any expensive equipment. You don't need a doctor's appointment. All you need is your body, a quiet room, a few minutes, and the willingness to listen to what your heart is trying to tell you. This isn't a gimmick. It's based on real cardiovascular science. And the best part? You can do it right now. Let's start with a powerful truth. Most heart attacks don't come out of nowhere. Your body usually sends out subtle signals in the days, weeks, or even months before a major event. The problem is, most people aren't taught to recognize those signals. We've been trained to wait for chest pain or collapse, but by then, it may already be too late. That's why this test exists, to give you the power of early awareness. The first part of the test is your resting heart rate. When you first wake up in the morning, before you get out of bed, check your phone, or even stretch, take your pulse. You can do this by placing 2 fingers gently on your wrist or side of your neck. Count the beats for 60 seconds. A healthy adult typically has a resting heart rate between 60 and 100 beats per minute. But optimal heart health? That usually sits between 50 and 70. If you're consistently above 80 or below 50 without being an athlete, that could be a warning sign. But don't stop there. The next part is your recovery heart rate. After a bit of light physical activity, like walking up and down a flight of stairs or doing 30 seconds of jumping jacks, sit down and measure your heart rate again. Then rest for exactly 1 minute and measure it once more. A healthy heart should begin to slow down quickly. If your heart rate barely drops, or even stays elevated after 1 to 2 minutes, it could indicate that your cardiovascular system is under stress. Now let's move to a more advanced but equally simple test, your orthostatic response. Lie down and relax for a full 5 minutes. Measure both your heart rate and blood pressure. Then stand up slowly, and after 1 minute of standing, measure again. In a healthy response, your systolic blood pressure may drop slightly or stay the same, while your heart rate might increase by 10 to 15 beats. But if you notice a sharp drop in blood pressure, or your heart rate jumps 30 points or more, this could point to poor autonomic regulation, dehydration, or early signs of cardiovascular dysfunction. If you don't have a blood pressure cuff, don't worry. You can still pay attention to how you feel. Do you get dizzy when standing? Lightheaded? Does your heart race for a long time afterward? These sensations, if frequent, may point to circulation or vascular issues that deserve attention. Let's talk about one of the most underrated markers of heart health, heart rate variability, or HRV. HRV is the variation in time between each heartbeat. Contrary to what you might think, this variability is actually good. It means your heart is adapting well to stress and changes. A low HRV, where your heartbeats are spaced almost identically, can signal that your nervous system is overloaded, your body is inflamed, or that your cardiovascular system isn't recovering well. You can track HRV using a smartwatch or even a phone app with a chest strap or camera sensor. While numbers vary by device, higher HRV within your personal baseline is better. A drop in your HRV over a few days, combined with fatigue or elevated resting heart rate, is a serious red flag. Let's pause and emphasize something crucial. None of these tests are meant to replace your doctor or cardiologist, but they can give you a real-time snapshot of how your heart is performing and whether it's silently struggling. Early detection changes outcomes. This home test isn't just a curiosity. It could be the intervention that saves your life. You may be asking, how often should I do this test? Ideally, once a month. But if you've had heart issues, or you're over 50, or you've recently experienced symptoms like shortness of breath, leg swelling, or irregular heartbeat, once a week is better. Keep a journal. Record your pulse, BP, HRV, and how you feel. Over time, you'll notice patterns, and patterns tell stories. Let me share a quick example. Jason, 61, a retired electrician, never had heart problems before. But one week, he noticed his resting heart rate kept climbing, from 70 to 84 to 92. His recovery rate was slow, and he felt oddly tired. He watched one of our videos, did this home test, and booked a checkup. Within days, he was diagnosed with early-stage atrial fibrillation. He never had chest pain, no dizziness, no major warning signs until this test gave him the nudge to take action. Today, he's managing it well thanks to early detection. This brings us to another part of the home test: how your heart feels. Not emotionally, physically. Lay down at night and place your hand on your chest. Close your eyes. Focus. Is your heartbeat steady or fluttering? Do you feel skipped beats, rapid flutters, or pounding? This is called palpation, and while it's not a medical-grade test, it can reveal arrhythmias that are often missed during daytime checkups. If you notice frequent irregular rhythms, it's worth discussing with a doctor. Let's not forget breathlessness, especially at night. If you wake up gasping for air, or find it hard to breathe while lying flat, that's not just poor sleep. Could be congestive heart failure or pulmonary hypertension. Keep a pillow log. If you've gone from 1 pillow to 2 or 3 just to sleep comfortably, that's a subtle but powerful sign of declining cardiac function. To complete your home heart assessment, evaluate your energy levels and recovery time. After basic activities, cleaning, walking, or climbing stairs, how long does it take you to recover? A healthy heart restores normal breathing and pulse within a few minutes. If you remain winded for 10, 15 minutes, or feel tightness in your chest after mild exertion, that's your body asking for help. Finally, let's add one more layer to this home test: your gut feeling. Research shows that people often sense something is wrong before doctors can detect it. Trust your instinct. If you felt off for days, tired, heavier, more irritable, or weirdly anxious, don't ignore it. Many survivors say they knew something was coming. Your nervous system and heart are deeply connected. When one struggles, the other whispers. Here's your action plan for today. Tomorrow morning, measure your resting heart rate. Try the recovery test after a 2-minute walk. If you can, use a BP cuff and test your orthostatic response. Log how you feel during each step. Repeat weekly for the next month. Keep a journal, even if it's digital. Over time, you're not just tracking numbers, you're building your own heart awareness dashboard. And if something changes, don't wait. Reach out to a professional. The worst mistake isn't being wrong. It's being too late. You now have a practical, science-backed way to listen to your heart from home. That's power. That's prevention. And that's what heart attack awareness is all about. Thank you for watching. If you found this valuable, please subscribe, share this video, and help us spread the word. Your heart matters, and you're not alone.